Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Quick Rundowns, your host here. And today we're diving into one of the biggest, most talked about fights in recent boxing history. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, against Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned boxer. It was a spectacle for sure, but the big question is, was it real? Was this fight truly competitive, or was it all just for show? Let's break it down. Okay, let's set the stage. Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion, 58 years old. Yeah, 58. Stepping into the ring against Jake Paul, a 27-year-old YouTuber who's been making waves in the boxing world. Tyson's not just any 58-year-old, though. This is Mike Tyson we're talking about, the guy who made grown men tremble with that left hook, the guy who could end a fight with one punch. But, I mean, this isn't the Tyson we all remember, right? Let's talk about Tyson's state of mind coming into the fight. He admitted that it was a battle just to get back in the ring at all. A few months before the fight, Mike was in the hospital. He almost died, people. He had blood transfusions, was losing half his blood, stuff that sounds straight out of a movie. But the man's a warrior. He wanted to show his fans, show his kids that he still had it. But let's be real. Was he physically ready for a fight with someone half his age? It said, and I quote, "If I'm too old for this fight, tell me to my face." And honestly, that kind of confidence, that's the Mike Tyson we know and love. But here's where things start to get interesting. Because Mike was busy talking about his warrior spirit, a lot of people were questioning his performance in the ring. Tyson didn't look like his old self, not by a long shot. And the big question, where was the famous Mike Tyson uppercut? That was his signature shot, his kill shot. But in this fight, not a single uppercut thrown. Some fans were speculating that Tyson was holding back. There were even rumors that it was written into the fight contract, no uppercuts. And I mean, think about it. Mike Tyson, one of the most fearsome punchers of all time, not throwing his signature shot. It didn't sit right with a lot of people. Then there's the fight itself. Tyson looks sluggish, kind of slow, right? And Jake Paul, he's fast, he's young, he's got the energy. And honestly, Paul wasn't going full throttle either. Even Jake admitted it. After the fight, he said, "I didn't want to hurt Mike. I didn't want to hurt someone who didn't need to be hurt." Which sounds noble, right? But let's be real here. If you're in the ring with Mike Tyson and you're Jake Paul, you have a chance to make history by knocking out one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Wouldn't you want to go for it? And yet, Jake didn't seem too eager to finish the fight. That left a lot of fans wondering, was he just playing it safe or was something else going on? Now, here's where things get even crazier. There's this leaked audio from the fight, and it sent the internet into a frenzy. In the clip, it sounds like Jake Paul says to Tyson, "I got your money." Yeah, that's right. I got your money. And listen, that statement alone kicked off a whole wave of speculation. Was the fight rigged? Was this some kind of staged spectacle meant to make millions while keeping both Tyson's legacy and Jake Paul's brand intact? Mike Tyson responded to these rumors pretty directly. He said the fight wasn't scripted. He wasn't part of some staged show, according to him. He went in there to win. Simple as that. But honestly, there's still that lingering doubt. You know, the pacing of the fight, the lack of aggression from both sides. What was this really a real fight, or was it part of a bigger plan? And I get it. A lot of fans and analysts were questioning the legitimacy of it all. Former football great Michael Irvin even said that he saw death in Tyson's eyes, that Tyson wasn't fighting like Tyson. Some even went as far as saying that Tyson wasn't giving it his all, that he was just there for the paycheck. And let's be real, Tyson's coach even admitted that that Tyson didn't have the energy or the fight in him that night. Then, of course, there's the issue with the gloves. You've got to talk about the gloves. The two fighters agreed to wear 14-ounce gloves designed to reduce the force of punches. But some say Jake Paul came into the ring with 10-ounce puncher gloves instead, which is a pretty big deal. Those gloves give you more power in your punches. Was that an unfair advantage? People are starting to wonder if this whole thing was more about money than about real competition. All of this raises a ton of questions. Was Jake Paul holding back? Was Mike Tyson? Was the whole fight a big cash grab? It sure looks that way. Both fighters have financial stakes here in a quick knockout. That would have messed up the narrative. Tyson didn't want to get knocked out by a YouTuber, and Jake didn't want to destroy Tyson's legacy, so maybe that's why it felt like a weird exhibition more than a legitimate fight. Here's the kicker. After the fight, Jake Paul showed some respect to Tyson. I'm bowing to him in the ring. Yeah, you heard that right. He actually bowed to Tyson. And while the crowd didn't seem to love it, Tyson appreciated it. It was a sign of respect. And let me tell you, at least one person out there, Francis Ngannou, thought it was a sad sight. He said, "It hurt me to see Mike Tyson in there with Jake Paul, knowing what Mike can do." And I gotta admit, I felt that too. Mike Tyson past his prime, but still legend. Seeing him like that was tough. So what's the takeaway here? Was this fight real? Was it a cash grab? Was it scripted? Or was it just a case of two fighters trying to make the best of a weird situation? Honestly, we may never know the full truth, but what's clear is that this whole event left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. A lot of fans are still asking, what was this really about? Well, that's your quick rundown on the Tyson-Paul saga. Let me know what you think. Was it a legit fight or was it just another circus act? Hit me up on socials. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, and I'll catch you on the next one.
As long as he continued to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
How do you feel like you get out of that bubble to make somebody a real boxer?
I mean, what he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool. If he can continue to steal money, and they match him the way they match him, I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him, more power to him. As long as he continues to fight,
we appreciate your time. We gotta give Nick, put the camera on PT. Yo, PT, man, we appreciate you. Thanks, P, for making this happen. P and Rilla, we appreciate the money team all the time, man.
And then by the end of the fight, it was clear this was a 58-year-old man, and he looked like a 58-year-old man.
I mean,
and I have a lot of issues with this. I don't think this fight should have ever happened.
Cool.
I think it says a lot of bad things about the combat sports world and sets a really dangerous precedent going forward. We're going to talk about the whole fight clearance approval process and then just physiologically why he looked the way he did. There's a lot of true anatomy physiological changes that explain why Tyson looked so bad and play a role in why this type of thing should not happen. So how did this fight even happen? Or get
we appreciate the money team all the time, man.
So I'm proud of him. I'm not really upset. Even like it was so crazy. I remember just a while back, his brother was like, "Oh, I didn't get paid. I didn't get paid." It was just like I said before. He just want to keep his name out there. You know, as long as he attached his name to mine, he gonna keep my name out there. Remember what he said? He said, "Oh, Mayweather ain't gonna. He didn't pay me. He didn't pay me. Where's the lawsuit? If you didn't get paid, where's the lawsuit?" So it's a bunch of bullshit. But like I said before, they know what they're doing. Both brothers.